Hello faves, welcome back. So I saw this video on TikTok and immediately I knew I have to bring it here so we can discuss it. So this particular man says that he would rather make 50k and his wife makes 50k, that is 100k, and then they both will split the household bills than for him to make 250k and be the sole provider. Guys, let me not talk too much. Let's hear from him.
I'd rather make 50k and my wife make 50k before I go and make 250 by myself and be the only income. Both bring in $110,000, $120,000 together. That's good money, especially with no kids. We have no big overhead. That's great. You go on vacations whenever you want to. All you gotta do is just go work your shift, split everything, and y'all good. It's not really splitting, y'all locked in together, to be honest. Versus a man that makes 250k, has to take care of the kids, has to take care of his wife because she doesn't work. That money is long gone. And he's carrying most of the stress. His work-life balance is upside down because he has to bring in all of that income from all of those people for all of those mouths to feed. So that money gets stretched. So yes, 50-50 is better than single income.
When I saw this video at first, two things came to my mind. I was like, it's either rage baiting or it's AI. Because there's nobody living that is a logical human being that would leave 250k on the table and say because he wants to prove equality, he would take 50k. Nobody, whether married or single, would ever think this way. He says he would give up 250k, like 250k, 250k, just to prove equal partnership with his wife. He's trying to say that there's no breadwinner here. He doesn't mind losing just to prove a point. Do you know what 250k can do for your life, whether you are single or married? This man doesn't need a woman in his life. Do you understand me? In fact, he doesn't even like himself, because if you like yourself, you would pick the 250k over the 50k. If you love yourself, because there's so much you can use that money for. Remove tax, remove everything. There's so much you can use that money for that will benefit your life and make you really comfortable. Before you not even think of taking care of your wife, and maybe if they have kids, before you start thinking of adding that money to take care of your kids. He flat out refused to better himself because he has a wife. 100k is not even enough for one person. I don't really know if they have kids with 100k. This has really got people talking, right? We're just going to dive into this and I'll be back at the end to talk more.
I'm going to unpack this for you guys. This guy got on the internet and said that he rather him and his wife both make $50,000 a year, $100,000 collectively, instead of him making $250,000 a year by himself. So him and his wife can go 50-50, right? I'm going to unpack the math for you guys, okay? So I'm just going to take it as a 30% tax, right? You're going to pay about 30% of your income goes to taxes. That's on a low end, especially at $250,000. But we're using it for numbers purposes, right? After taxes, you'll probably take home around $175,000. Divide that by 12, your monthly take-home pay would be around $14,533, somewhere in that price range. So about $14,500. That is with $250,000 that you're making as your salary. What he was suggesting is that him and his wife both make only $50,000 a year, meaning that collectively together after taxes, they would take home $70,000. And that's with a 30% tax rate, right? Him and his wife make only $5,800 compared to him making $14,500, just so they can go 50-50. You see, when the numbers get broken down like that, you see how that doesn't make any fucking sense? You see how that's the stupidest shit that you've heard in your entire fucking life? Yeah, pack it up. Because I would have respected him even more had he said, I'd rather me make $250,000 a year and my wife only make $50,000. That means y'all are clearing $300,000 a year. That's a smarter answer. But the thing about it is men don't want more. They want to feel like they're getting equality. But the thing is, there is no such thing as equality within a relationship. Because the woman's always going to carry a bigger burden than the man will in certain scenarios. So there's no such thing as going 50-50. That's why it doesn't exist. But it's not just for women. It goes both ways. There's going to be some burdens that men hold that women just don't hold. That's why 50-50s don't make sense.
I'd rather make 50k and my wife make 50k before I go and make 250 by myself and be the only income.
What? Bruh said he would leave $150,000 on the table just for him and his wife to make the same amount. And I'm cool with 50-50. I'm cool with whatever you and your partner, your spouse got to do to, make things work. That's a true partnership. But if I have an opportunity to make $150,000 more than what we make combined, what are we talking about? Like, it's not even anything to think about. And for the life of me, I sat there and I watched the video 5 times. I read the comments and I was just trying to really just grasp like the logic behind it. Like, what's the mentality, the mindset? Like, why would you say that with your whole chest? What I really want to see, I want to see his wife's reaction. Like, I want to see with the roles reversed. Like, if she had the opportunity to make $250, even though he made $50, I wonder if she gonna say, "No, my husband makes $50,000, so I'm gonna make $50,000 with." I don't know. I don't know.
I'd rather make 50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250.
This man does not put value on domestic labor. He's saying that he would rather go 50-50 instead of being a provider with a stay-at-home wife. And he's like, well, with no kids, we go 50-50. We don't have it and blah, blah, blah. What do you think the woman staying at home, even if she had no kids, is doing all day? She's managing the household. Managing a home is work. I know that you've been taught that, what women do isn't work. It's work. Making sure that the house is in order, the bills are paid, the groceries, the menu, the house, cooking, cleaning. That is work. That is a job.
Did y'all see the guy that said that he would rather make 50K and his girl make 50K than make 250K and her not work? It's giving slow. My God, it's giving slow. It don't get no slower than that. Oof. May that love never find me.
50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250 by myself and be the...
Yeah. Not that he couldn't. Just that he doesn't want to, guys. And he wants all of us to know that he could, but he just wouldn't.
Hey man, did y'all see that video of the man on TikTok that said that he would rather he make 50K a year and his wife make 50K a year working together, opposed to her being a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom, and him making $250,000 a year? So, you'd rather leave 150K on the table all because you want your wife to work? You'd rather only be making 100K together as a couple, opposed to her staying home and you making 250K by yourself. So you just gonna leave 150K on the table. This is why I will probably be single until Jesus tap me on my shoulder and be like, hey, Leela, that's you right there. Because how does that even make any sense? You're so hell-bent on not being a provider that you're going to leave 150K on the table? Do that make sense to y'all? This is literally a legitimate question for the men. Does this make any sense to y'all? So you would be like, if I gotta work, you gotta work. If I don't work, I'm gonna make 250K. But if I make you work, we only gonna make 100K together because I'm gonna be making 50K and you gonna be making 50K. But I'm not gonna be the only one. These can't be the men that God sent down here for us. These can't be the men. This is why I'm cool with being single. I'm not lonely. I'm cool. And this is why.
If it's not your husband's goal to make your life easier, it is his goal to make your life harder. It's to make it harder for you. Because the best thing that you can have in a relationship is not only two people that love each other and value each other and respect each other, but also they just genuinely want to make your life easier. They do not want to add any hardship to your life because they know that if you are uncomfortable or inconvenienced, in turn, they will be uncomfortable and inconvenienced, and they don't want that for themselves, so they don't want that for you. A person that is willing to inconvenience themselves to make sure that you don't benefit is a huge red flag, especially in a marriage.
So I intentionally added men's video to be sure that not all men think this way. This husband has proven that he doesn't need a woman in his life. He just does not want to take care of a woman. So in that case, when choosing between a larger pay and mediocrity, he chose poverty. Poverty is enough for him. He's not going to go the extra mile. He's okay. He's enough with poverty. This man is jealous. And this is what is called struggle love. Well, if the wife is okay with this, I am okay with it for her. They should not break up, because who is she going to leave this man for? May this kind of love never find me. There are some men who are taking 2 jobs at a time just to see that their family is comfortable. And then there's this one that wants to stay lazy and at one spot for the rest of his life. So what happens to actually making 250K a year, right? And giving his wife 50K, and then he keeps 150K to himself. The other 50K will be used to sort household bills. I am very sure that if he does this, the woman won't even bother him ever for money. He just wants his wife to work too. He doesn't want to be the only one working. He could have just said that instead of beating around the bush. Now, if there are kids in this union, how would they cope with 100K? 100K is not even enough for one person, not to talk of 2, and then they have kids. And if he's the type that will say he doesn't just want one child, he wants both gender, male and female, and he has 2 kids, how are they going to cope with just 100K when he has the opportunity of making 250K a year? Stay safe, queens. There's a lot of men who will not want to see you comfortable. There are men out there who do not want to see women comfortable. First of all, before you both get into any relationship, when that man comes up with 50-50 talk, you should cut him off. Provider men do not talk about splitting bills. They take up complete provision and appreciate whatever his woman adds to support him. Definitely, if he's doing his best, a good woman would always be willing to support a man, even without him asking. So a man telling you to split bills with him, well, it's your choice. I can't tell you how to run your family, but if it works for you, well, there are people who are splitting bills and they are living happily. So if splitting bills works for you, fine. But if you are the type that do not split bills or do not want to ever split bill with a man, the best thing to do is not to even start it. Do not start what you cannot finish, okay? Better to be single than to live with a man that cannot stand seeing you happy and comfortable. It's that simple. So guys, how would you handle a partner like this? Please drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you're a man watching this, how would you handle this kind of situation? Would you rather take a 50-50 of 100K or take 250K that would make your family be comfortable? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Please do it respectfully. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please give this video a thumbs up and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe, please, please, and please. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Vikadi. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again with another exciting one. Love you. Bye.